My name is Dr. Tony Smith from Palmdale, California. I'm a doctor of chiropractic. I've been in practice for 30 years now. I'm in a multidisciplinary facility of orthopedic surgeons, pain management, general physician, and podiatry. I'm really excited to talk about the X39 because I've never seen anything like it. And the beauty of it is actually backed by science. And what I mean by that is that the X39 has been clinically proven to activate something called copper peptides. And copper peptides have actually been studied since 1973 and have multiple studies clinically proving that it does enhance our healing properties in our body. So some of the things that copper peptides do is activate our own body stem cell production. And as we age, our stem cell activity decreases significantly. So that's why we start to show our aging, we recover slower. But stem cells are the foundational cells of every tissue and organ in the body. So when we start to wake up that dormant system, a lot of things start to happen, and we actually can create some regeneration and within the body and improve our overall health and wellness. The other thing that copper peptides do is help reduce inflammation. They help with reinnervation, revascularization, help control pain. One of the other things I was really surprised in when I was doing some more research about it is that it actually has some anti-clotting factors to it, so it can be significant in that region as well. But one of the big things that goes on with copper peptides is it actually helps produce collagen, and collagen is the foundational cell of every ligament, tendon, and bone. And so, as we age, we start to see a decline in those regions as well. So if we want to be proactive and actually enhance our healing properties and possibly our bone density down the road, staying on the X39 can be very important and instrumental in our overall health and well-being. I know everybody wants immediate results. I mean, we live in a microwave society, so when anything happens, we expect it to happen, to be gone right away. But realistically, with the X39, it's working behind the scenes. It's doing the reinnervation, revascularization, all the other things, regeneration in our body. So it takes time to do that. Think if you have a cut or abrasion, how much time it takes to heal those types of issues, because the body works at a certain pace. And it depends on how healthy you are in the first place. But the whole point of it is that the X39 is not going to change your life overnight. It's a period of time that you need to wear it consistently for a longer period of time. And because it is working, whether you feel it or not, there are things going on in your body that is going to be instrumental in your health and well-being down the road. And I honestly believe, looking at all the research and everything about it, that the X39 can help not only enhance, maybe add days to our lives, not weeks, months, but I really believe that the X39 is going to wake up a dormant system in our body that's going to help us add years to our lives. And I truly believe that, and I think it'll make a big impact with a lot of people across the country. And I hope you just stay with it long enough to see the good and the benefits help with you. All right, thank you.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. I am a new user for the X39 LifeWave patches. I had a surgery and I came back to work and I was experiencing some growing pain, and my chiropractor said, "Here, try these patches." I was like, okay. I was pretty skeptical, I must say, but later that evening my pain went from a 6 to a 3, much more tolerable.
I'm Carrie Robertson from Houston, Texas, and I began using LifeWave patches back in December of 2022. I actually got started because I had extreme discomfort in my body and I was really looking for relief. As a result, I had that within a few days, and then changes began to start, and they've been incredible over the past 14 months. One, in sleep. The quality of my sleep improved greatly, and of course that makes a huge impact on everything else. My hair has completely just done an amazing thing with the thickness of it, the length of it, and the gray hair going away, which is a plus. But also, just began to see the body change over time. And so I've gone from a 10-12 down to a size 2. And it's been the most incredible thing I've ever done for all of the changes that have taken place. And so I'm absolutely thrilled that I got started.
Hi, I'm Anjali, and I've been using the X39 patches. They have been awesome for pain relief. So I had a foot, I had some sort of tendon issue, soft tissue issue in my foot. I was on crutches. I thought it was broken. I found out it wasn't broken, used the patch. Within an hour, I was off the crutches. So that was the first test. The second test of the patches for me is I've had torn tendons in my hips and actually only my left hip. Use the patch on my left hip. Within an hour, I wasn't feeling the intense pain and I was able to walk normal. That was a miracle for me. So I've let a few of my friends and my husband use some of my patches that I've purchased, and every time works like a charm. So definitely try them out if you have pain issues.
Hello, Vincent St. Louis here. I hope all is well. Hey, just want to give you a short little update. I've been using the X39, LifeWave X39 stem cell activation patch for over a year now. This patch, nothing absorbs into your skin. It just basically, it stimulates the body. But anyways, you can get more information about that. What I want to share with you is my testimony. I've been using this product for a little over a year and a half now. Absolutely phenomenal results, many, many different results. The first thing I noticed when I first started a year and a half ago was I had horrible plantar fasciitis on the bottom of my right heel. It was horrible pain. I couldn't go to the store for very long. I couldn't walk very long. Standing for any amount of time was horrible. I changed my shoes. I put gel pads underneath my heels and my shoes. None of that worked. After just 2 weeks on this product, I was about 50% pain-free. Another 2 weeks later, 100% pain-free. I've been pain-free from plantar fasciitis now for over a year and a half, you guys. That's a big deal. A lot of different things. My age spots, I'm turning 62 this year in April, and they're almost completely gone. My wife is a massage therapist, and she gets horrible pains in her elbows and whatnot. She wears them on her elbows. So for me, I put it in the back of my neck. You just peel it off. Once again, nothing absorbs into your skin. It just basically, it's a mirror, reflects a certain spectrum of light that our body emanates, and then your body does the stuff. It's absolutely phenomenal. I know I thought it was a little kind of voodoo witchy stuff at first, but you know what? I understand natural health. I understand energy fields. I understand light therapy. And so it's a big deal for me and a big deal for my wife. We've shared it with many people, just amazing results with a lot of different people. I would recommend you give it a 30-day trial. You've got nothing to lose.
I thank God that she came to my house. She gave me 3 patches. She said, just put them on. So I wore them. The first day I wore them, like I have a very enlarged prostate. And I've been going to the bathroom, getting up every night, 5 times a night for the past 10 or 15 years. I noticed on the first day I wore the patch, that night, I only got up 3 times. I said, oh, that's interesting. The second day, that night, I only got up 2 times to go to the bathroom. The third patch, the third day, I only got up 1 time. I said, wait a minute. So I said, Deborah, I don't know what's in these patches, but I need some more. So I called her and I went and ordered, I think it was a gold pack, whatever it was. And so, oh my God. And from that point on, I have not gotten up barely 1 time a night since October of last year. And I have a very enlarged prostate. Now you men out there who are listening, my PSA count is 42. So you know what that means. It should be around 3 or 4 at my age. And I'm 64 years old. So you know I was getting up that many times at night. Then I have another issue. I used to do sign language for many years, ASL. I developed carpal tunnel syndrome in my hands. I was not able to use my fingers. I had to stop doing sign language. After I wore the patch 1 week, I'm able to move my fingers, no pain, no inflammation, no arthritis in it, and it's beautiful. Then I had a third testimony. In the same week, I injured my shoulder 3 years ago. So I had a torn rotator cuff. I was not able to put my arm above my head or behind my back for 3 years. In the same week, I wearing this little bitty simple patch. And 1 week, I'm able to move my arm like this, put behind my back, and no pain whatsoever. Then I have a fourth testimony. I'm a diabetic. So you know what that means. Fortunately, I never got amputated, but I was that close for amputation. I had black toenails. I had neuropathy. I had gout. It was crucial. I had splits on the bottom of my feet fortunately, it never turned to gangrene. Thank God for that. Literally, after 30 days, my toenails are white. My splits close up, ladies and gentlemen. I have no more neuropathy pain. All that went away within 30 days. It's just a miracle. But I saved the best for last. This is my 5th testimony. In 2014, I'm going to talk real slow. Listen to me. I was diagnosed with congested heart failure. I was also diagnosed with PAH. Those initials stand for pulmonary arterial hypertension. It's a very rare disease. There is no cure, I was told. So I've been wearing the patch since October. I've been going to my cardiologist for every 3 months. During the COVID, it was every 6 months. I visited my cardiologist back in February of this year, February the 1st of this year. He took my blood pressure when I first walked in. My blood pressure was 124/60. He said, Mr. King, what are you doing? I said, I'm wearing a patch. I showed him my patch that was on the back of my neck. He said, what's that? I said, it's a stem cell reactivation patch. He said, what? I said, turn around, go to your computer and type in starts39.com. He turns around, types in, he said, oh my God. He said, I heard of stem cell injection shots, but you mean you can put on a patch and it can reactivate your own cells, stem cell? I said, yes, sir. He couldn't believe it. So he said, well, I'm not going to take you off your medicine, but I need to do your lab work first. He said, come back tomorrow and we do your lab work. So I came back the next day and he did a test. It is called B-type natural rectipeptide. In other words, in layman's terms, that measures the proteins in your body around your heart and whether or not the condition of your heart, whether or not you have congested heart failure or anything going wrong. Now, before in 2014, my range was over 200. It should be within 100. He did my test. The standard range should be under 100. Guess what mine was? It was below 100. It wasn't 90. It wasn't 80. It wasn't 70 or 60 or 50 or 40 or 30 or 20. It was 10. 10. That means I no longer have congested heart failure. Unbelievable.
Praise God.
And I no longer have that pulmonary arterial hypertension, which they say it's no cure. So thank God, praise God, as you said. So that's my testimony. I'm so thankful for Deborah for coming here and bringing me this simple, powerful, amazing pack.
You may have already heard about LifeWave wearable technology, wafer-thin, lightweight patches that produce remarkable health benefits. If you're still working to wrap your mind around the more than 80 independent clinical and research studies that back up LifeWave claims, or if you just simply love this technology already and enjoy seeing it work fast, we've brought you to a quiet farm in Southern California to witness the instant power of LifeWave. Not on humans, but on horses. Because after all, horses can't be told how to react to this amazing technology. They just do, virtually every time. In fact, 2 published studies in 2005 and 2011 involving no fewer than 175 horses, one of them with a placebo-controlled element, showed significant reduction in pain using LifeWave, as shown by before and after infrared thermal images, plus generally accepted veterinarian methods for locating and measuring pain points in horses. I wanted to see for myself, and you'll get to watch right along with me. Didn't take him too long to find some pain.
That's pain.
On goes the patch. And then look at the difference.
Stand right here.
Oh, wow.
And just push as hard as I can.
And now watch this.
About went to his knees. When I done this a minute ago, what the horse done? The horse kind of stumbled.
But once again, with LifeWave to the rescue.
You see horse?
I see.
No reaction.
No reaction, okay. Now what John did next really does bring focus to how fast this technology can work.
I removed the patch.
Oh.
I'm going to take them off. Pain's probably already back. Watch.
No kidding. He's reacting.
Reacting. Again.
Just like that.
Yep. And we're going to repatch again.
And it won't react?
Won't react.
On go the patches again.
Wow.
I heard a wow over there.
Yeah. Till you see it in person, they don't believe it. All right?
And with the patches back on? Look at that. Oh, that's incredible.
And again. See, I'm just digging in that spot.
Yes, you are.
I'm digging more pressure. And this is danger zone. I'm asking this horse and inviting this horse to kick me.
Just calm down. Just calm down.
Unbelievable. So basically, you know, the whole point of doing this in the first place, John, is that horses, they don't know anything other than to be a horse and to react to what's going on. They don't know placebo. They have no agenda. And that's the whole point of this, is to say that this technology works that fast, whether it's a horse or whether it's a human. So you know what you need to do next. You need to get patched.
Please share with us how the amazing X39 technology works. We got a lot of brand partners that are brand new, so they really want to hear from you. And then we got some highly sophisticated, educated doctors in the room, so kind of relate to all of them how this technology works.
Yeah, so the first thing to understand, I suppose, is that our bodies are based on light as a form of communication. We have a bioelectrical system in our body, which is all based on math and geometry. And if we can understand what this biological code is, we can do some really remarkable things with it. So the current direction of my research is looking at species that are immortal, and looking at codes, the mathematical codes that we find in the Bible and mathematical codes that we find in nature, which I now think of as being God's fingerprint. And we can use this information to support the body's natural healing systems in ways that haven't been available before. So with the patches, which is one of many different technologies that we'll come out with. I know we'll probably talk a little bit about what's in store for the future, which is incredibly exciting. But on the patches, because this is our foundational technology and our foundational products, they stimulate the skin with a blend of different wavelengths of light that are modulated to contain information. So what does this mean? If we think of laser communications, which have been around for many, many decades now, and that's how fiber optics work. We're going to take a laser, we modulate the light to contain information, and then at the receiving end, that light is unpacked and decoded, and now we can hear voice or see video. So the human body essentially works the same way, meaning that light is emitted from the cells. And actually, how light is emitted from the cells is an incredibly fascinating subject because it's coming from the DNA and the hydrogen bonds in the DNA. And that light emission has actually come from the spiritual realm, you might say. But what this all means is that in the thousands and thousands of different biochemical reactions that are occurring at any one time, there are pulses of coherent laser-like light that is emitted from the DNA, emitted from the cells, and this orchestrates and initiates the changing biochemical environment in the cell. So what this means is that now, through normal course of aging, our glutathione or our copper peptide levels would decrease. But if we know the code where we can stimulate the skin and communicate with the body and say, hey, I'd like to increase those copper peptide levels, and I want to improve the activity of the stem cells in the body. If we know that code, then it's nothing more complicated than stimulating the skin with those wavelengths of light to instruct the cells to elevate the copper peptide. And the exciting thing is that that's only the beginning. What we can do with light-based technology is nothing short of extraordinary.
These are the long-term results for the X39. The first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. The brain becomes balanced within 6 weeks. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. The heart reverses in age within 6 months. Now, this is not anti-aging, folks. This is age reversal. Over 80 independent case studies, they all came to the same conclusion that the X39 patch works to increase copper peptide production in the blood, which can improve tissue repair, stimulate blood vessel and nerve growth, and improve skin. One of the studies revealed a significant increase in the production of 8 amino acids, which improved short-term memory, sleep, and vitality. That short-term memory, folks, that's why so many people with dementia are getting relief wearing the X39 patch. Another study showed a significant increase in copper peptide concentrations in the blood of subjects who had worn the X39 patch for only 1 week. These are facts about the X39. It's proven to activate healthy stem cells. It's proven to increase GHK-Cu copper peptide. It's patented and clinically proven technology. There's no copycats out there. It's FDA recognized as a general wellness product. Now, the FDA does not need to approve this because it is neither a food nor a drug. It is a Class 1 medical device, much like a tongue depressor or a Band-Aid. It cannot hurt you. It's non-transdermal and non-invasive. It's sealed in plastic, so there's nothing that can transfer into your body. And that makes it waterproof and showerproof. It's 96% effective and very affordable, less than the cost of a cup of coffee. And for that 4% that may not get any effect, it's got a money-back guarantee, so you've got nothing to lose. You can spend $10,000 on a stem cell injection, and if it doesn't work, ask for your money back. It's not going to happen. This has a money-back guarantee.